Hari Om, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 5, Purushottama Yoga. Bhagavan in the last two verses said, its form, that is Aswatha tree's form, is not as it is perceived here. It has no end, no beginning, and hence no continuance in between. This well-rooted Aswatha tree can be cut only by the acts of firm detachment. That is very, very important. It is not, Bhagavan is not saying detachment, he says firm detachment. After which the goal should be sought. After cutting that tree, that is the root, Brahma has to be sought. After having gone there, no one returns. I seek refuge in that Paramapurusha. Bhagwan Krishna is saying, I seek refuge in that Paramapurusha, from whom everything came out, from time immemorial. So Bhagavan is simply put, Bhagavan is saying, one has to cut this Aswatha tree, that is this samsara tree, by the acts of firm detachment, and then try and reach that goal, the feet of Paramapurusha. Having reached there is no return to this world of mortals, because this world contains sukha and dukkha, pain and pleasure. Once you reach the feet of Paramapurusha, there is no return. That is the ultimate goal you have reached. Verse 5. Nirmana moha jita sanga doshaha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvantair vimukta sukha dukkha samhyaihi gacchantya muda padamavyayam tat. Another wonderful verse in Bhagavad Gita. Nirmana moha jita sanka doshaha. Mana and moha. Mana is pride. Moha is delusion. Pride gives pleasure to everyone. You take anybody in this world, everyone has got a pride. It can be about your power, your position, your wealth, your achievement, your family, any number of things. Swami Chinmayananda says, it is an exaggerated estimate or erroneous estimate of one's own importance. You overestimate yourself, then pride comes. Wherever that person goes, he starts expecting people around him to praise him about his qualities, achievements, etc. You sharpen your ears to hear something about you. If somebody slights you, you get terribly hurt. It flares up the ego of that person. That is the main thing. This pride flares up the ego. So much of ego gets into that person. More the ego, more that person is away from realization of the self. That is the point. Then moha. Moha is delusion. It is error in judgment of things and beings. You will be made to believe that the things and beings of this world is real. As real as the sun. You ask anybody, sun rises in, immediately people will say east. Nobody will say sun is not moving, earth is only rotating. As real as the sun rising in the east, the things and objects of this world, you can touch, feel, everything you do. So everything looks real. So people normally, all the human beings, irrespective of who he is, they go after the unreal, sweating and toiling to acquire, possess and enjoy the objects of this world. That too to the exclusion of others. I want to enjoy. Nobody should enjoy. That is the mindset. The real will appear to be unreal and the unreal will appear to be real. You know, all the objects of this world They are all offering only temporary pleasures. And the same pleasure may turn into pain also. But we hold on to them. It is not the objects they are clutching us. We are holding on to them. So, moha, delusion, that is the second one. Nirmana moha. You should avoid delusion. You should avoid pride. Then Bhagavan says, Jita Sanka dosha. Sangha is attachment. Jita Sanka is conquering that attachment, winning that attachment. In my view, all the attachments of this world of objects and things or beings is because of our attachment with the body, mind, and sense complex. Only because of this body, mind, and sense complex, we get attached to wife, son, daughter, house, car, pen, watch, FD, anything you name. It's all because of your attachment with your body. You get some sort of pleasure. The one who has freed himself with the attachment with this body, mind, and sense complex is the real conqueror. Once his attachment with his body is gone, all attachments naturally fall. When the foundation is not there, the structure cannot remain forever. It will automatically fall. So, according to me, here Jita Sangha means attachment with your body must go. That is the final goal. Unless that goes, as long as you have attachment with your body, your attachment with the world of objects and beings will continue. 100%, whoever it is. This is my view. Adhyatma Nitya. Bhagavan says, in what I understand is everyone is expected to spend at least 10 minutes daily in the realization of self. Where from I came? Where am I going? What is this life? What is this self about which all the acharyas, Vedas, Munis, and Rishis are talking about? What is this Brahma? What is this self? Why they are saying if I reach there, then I need not have to return this to this world of pain? How they are saying? Is it true? It could be by reading books. It could be by hearing acharyas, chanting slokas, going to temples, anything. I am, because Hinduism never prescribes only one method of reaching the ultimate goal. Hundreds of methods are there. Hundreds, thousands of gurus are there. It is not only one guru you should follow. But caution is there are some fake gurus also. But Kanchi Paramacharya says, even if you go to a fake guru, if you 100% believe him, and all the pabas will fall on the head of the guru only. The Shishya is saved. That is what he says. So you don't, because you are not in a position to judge the capacity of your guru. How will you judge your guru? First of all, you should be above the guru to judge whether the guru is a real guru or not. Otherwise, you cannot judge. How will you judge? From our little knowledge, because every guru will look like a fake guru only. So Bhagavan says, don't judge the guru. Even maybe for Arjuna, Krishna may be looking as a charioteer or a Yadava boy who is milking the cow, he is going on giving lectures. It may look. But Krishna is Paramatma. So don't judge the guru. That is what it says. So inquire into the self daily. The goal has to be thought of daily. Your thinking only will take you there. At least 10 minutes. Balance 23 hours, 50 minutes, do whatever you want. Enquiry or vichara is important to help us detach from the evils of attachment and attach with Bhagwan Krishna, the self. That is important. So, Adhyatma Nitya. Then, Vinivritta Kama. Vinivritta means nothing should be there. Nothing should remain. Because whenever there is something that finally there will be something left. We call it in Tamil as kasandu. It's- Something will be there. Small thing will be left. Desires have a knack of multiplying itself. New desires every time, every day there is a new desire. You see a new phone, you want to buy. New shoe, you want to buy. New house, you want to buy. Everything. You go to somebody's house, you are finished. Because you will see a number of things. Immediately, internally, you may say, no, 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 sir, I am not like that. I don't, but internally, sir, if I have this type of a table, that will be very, very convenient. Something like that, new desires every day. Because even if you open internet, hundreds of things become before your eyes. Now you do not have to go. They come before your eyes. You buy this, you buy me, you buy this. Your person has to be very, very careful in overcoming those desires. It is not suppression. Bhagavan is not saying suppress your desires. Suppression will lead to volcanic eruption. It is inquiring into the nature of desire. Understanding that desire is the root cause of all the problems. Then overcoming it. By overcoming desire, naturally, desire and anger are the obverse and reverse of the same coin. So you overcome anger also. That keeps your mind calm, healthy, cool. Even though desires have been controlled outwardly, inwardly, mentally, we may be longing for it. That is the nature of the mind. Something gets into the mind, even without we noticing it, mind would have recorded it. Because outwardly you may look like a sannyasi. No, no, sir, I am not like that. But you will be longing for it. Bhagavan already said this. The longing for the pleasure, the desired objects, will still be there in the mind. Outgrowing it is the only way for giving up. Swami Chinmayananda says, when the intellect desires, the mind starts contemplating upon those desired objects. As is the desire, so is the thought. Intellect must be trained not to desire the finite joys or the objects of this world. When desires have ended, mind becomes still. It is the highest level. Sir, these are all not practical, sir. What you are saying? How can a man live without any desire? These are all not practicals. I am not saying immediately tomorrow morning or today, the start of the day, sir, I am. You are going to leave everything. Then definitely you are a complete failure. It is a slow process. If you understand the things, 100%, 100% this can be overcome. All the desires, all your desires, one by one, you can overcome it. That is what Bhagwan Krishna says. Bhagwan Krishna is also not saying tomorrow morning you leave everything, become a sannyasi. Otherwise, he would have advised Arjuna, Arjuna, leave everything, come out. We will go to Himalayas. He's not saying that. Next, Dvantair Vimukta. They are free from the pairs of opposites. Everything happens in the mind. Mind experiences the pleasure or pain according to its own estimate. Something which is not giving pleasure to you, it's a pain. It gives pleasure to some other person. Actually, your pain is a pleasure for the other person, or the other person's pain is pleasure for you. You have a car, you want to dispose of the car. It will not go. People will not buy. It will be standing. Lot of dust. Second-hand cars, you go and see. Lot of dust will be accumulating. The car will not. It is a pain for you. But somebody who buys it, it is a pleasure for him. So the mind, it has its own estimate of pain and pleasure. The same object, it is a pain for somebody, pleasure for somebody. Pleasure and pain, heat and cold, success or failure, all are nothing but the obverse and reverse of the same coin. Mind will go after pleasure and naturally hate pain. Nobody wants pain. Everybody wants to be happy. Many a times we can notice the joy itself becomes a cause of sorrow. At least I have seen that in my life. I don't want to disclose it. Don't think I am talking about my wife. I am not saying that. I am saying I have experienced the objects. We can notice the joy itself becomes a cause of sorrow. or the sorrow becomes a source of joy also. That is also there. Then, is this possible? Is this a person? Is this person a stone or a tree or a dead person? Man experiences pleasure and pain in life. Can anybody avoid? According to me, no one can avoid this. Not even a sannyasi can avoid pleasure and pain. Impossible. I can give it in writing. If somebody says, no, no, I don't have pleasure and pain, I really doubt. It's only a doubt. Arjuna is raising so many doubts. So I can also raise doubts as a student of Bhagavad Gita. Having born in this world, I don't think anyone can avoid pleasure or pain. Impossible. Only a dead person will not know the pleasure or pain. You put him in the electric crematorium, happily he will go inside. You keep it in the refrigerator box, minus 20 degrees, happily he will lie down. Otherwise, a normal human being, 100%, he cannot keep silent. He will, the moment you touch any hot thing, you shout, ah! So similar, only a dead person cannot enjoy pleasure or pain. Otherwise, it is not possible. That is my view. This person is not a dead person. He is alive. He is inquiring into the self. Nirmana moha jitasanka dosha. He is avoiding the moha and delusion and pride. That means he fully understands life. In my view, he experiences them like ordinary people like us. He will also experience the same pleasure and pain. Do you mean to say Ramakrishna Paramahamsa may not have felt the pain of cancer? Or Ramana Maharishi? 100% they would have felt. They also experience like an ordinary man. But the difference is they will not jump when pleasure comes or get depressed when the pain comes. He knows both will come like waves, one after the other. Everything has to be faced, everything has to be accepted, everything has to be taken as prasad of Bhagwan Krishna. What we do is, whenever pleasure comes, I did this. I suffered like in my younger days, we did not even have food, sir. I worked hard and then I have become this. I have become a rich man. When pain comes, immediately, Hare Krishna, why are you always testing good people? This is our nature. Take the credit. Corporate culture. Whenever there is a credit, everybody will jump to take the credit. Whenever there is debit, each one will point the other. You are the cause for this. You are dismissed. Similarly, you cannot stop the waves of the ocean. If you try to stop the waves of the ocean, impossible. It will come. It has to come. It is life. But if you know how to swim, then you can play in the midst of all the waves without blaming the waves. The wave is high or low. You can enjoy the swim. In my view, you keep a fiber boat also. That is Bhagwan Krishna with you. It will save you even from the rough sea. That is the idea. I think this is what has to be understood from this verse. So otherwise, if a person cannot enjoy pleasure or pain, etc., that it becomes impractical, is what I think at this level. Bhagavan finally declares that the undeluded reach the goal eternal. That is the ultimate goal. If you have these qualities, naturally you will reach the ultimate goal. Bhagavan in this verse says, free from pride and delusion, victorious over the evils of attachment, dwelling consistently in the self, having overcome the desires, freed from the pairs of opposites. 5 conditions, such as pleasure and pain. First condition is You have to free yourself from pride and delusion. Second is victory over the evils of attachment. That is, body attachment should go. Second. Third is dwelling consistently in the self. You must take at least 10 minutes and contemplate upon the self every day. That is why Bhagavan says Nitya, Adhyatma Nitya. Then fourth is overcome your desires. Understand and overcome, not suppress. Fifth is free yourself from the pairs of opposites, which gives pleasure and pain. So, five conditions. If that person achieves five conditions, then that person is an undeluded person. He is not covered by moga. So, he will reach the ultimate goal. That is what Bhagwan Krishna says in verse 5. Again, verse 5. निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्कदोषाः अध्यात्मनित्या विनिवृत्तकामाः द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसंज्ञैः गच्छन्त्यमूढाः पदमव्ययं तत्. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Hari Om. Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Narayan 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 Narayan